Buenos días.
Hello, my name is Luis Fernando and I come from Bolivia. I'm 10 years old and live in La Paz, over 3,200 meters above sea level, making it the highest capital city in the world. Today my cousin Patricia is visiting from Sucre, our country's judicial capital. She hasn't been to La Paz in 3 years. We're going to take a walk through the city. We start off in the old section at Murillo Plaza, where we snack on a salteña, a pastry with meat and onions. But all of a sudden my cousin starts to feel sick. It's probably from the altitude. When you're high up, the lack of oxygen can affect you if you're not used to it. Later on, we'll go to the witches' market to find her a cure. For now, it's just great to see my cousin again. This is the Parliament building. Bolivia is a republic with a president elected every 5 years. On the subject of politics, here is an interesting fact about my country. On election day, offices, stores, and even schools are closed. Kids make the most of it and play soccer in the street. The roads are all empty until the day after the election when things get back to normal. Patricia and I continue on our way, and we're now in the colonial quarter. The architecture here was influenced by the Spanish Empire. After Spain conquered the Incas in the 16th century, the natives of Bolivia were thrown into slavery. The country only achieved independence in 1825. It's named Bolivia in honor of our hero Simón Bolívar, who liberated the people from Spanish rule. Almost 9 million people live in my country. Nearly 60% are native people, approximately 25% are mixed race, and 15% are Caucasian. We have 3 official languages: Quechua, Aymara,
Mi nombre es Ariel y mi idioma es español.
and Spanish. Here we are at the witches' market. We're looking for a remedy for my cousin who is still feeling ill from altitude sickness. While walking along, I spot an elderly man sitting at a table. He is a witch doctor who can tell the future by reading the leaves of a local plant. These leaves can be used to make herbal tea. The elderly man asks us to sit down and offers to tell my future by looking into the leaves. He says that I will become a veterinarian and suggests that I go to the zoo to meet a lady who will teach me how to care for animals. The man then suggests that I go to the shores of the mysterious Lake Titicaca in the neighborhood of Sun Island facing the city of Copacabana. Still reading the leaves, he recommends that I bring a scarf with me as an offering to Pachamama, the native people's goddess of the earth. By doing that, she will see to it that my deepest wishes are granted. It is all very mysterious and exciting. My cousin won't be able to join me on my fantastic journey to the banks of Lake Titicaca, but my brother will make the trip. The witches' market is really something special. You see many strange things here. Bolivian witch doctors sell all kinds of dried animals. Toads bring you wealth. Armadillos bring luck and health. People bury llama fetuses in the foundations of their homes to bring the family happiness. Witch doctors also make traditional medicines that come in little flasks. But my cousin is really not feeling well, so it's time to find her a remedy. The 2 ladies at this shop know right away what the problem is. They give her a flask of medicine that will get rid of her headache. It's now lunchtime, so we leave the witches' market. My cousin is feeling much better. The medicine has restored her to her usual energetic self. We decide to go eat some typical Bolivian dishes. To start off, we have some mocochinchi, dried peach juice. And now on to the main courses. Some pacamutu for my cousin, a traditional dish with beef, sausage, eggs, and potatoes with peppers topped with cheese. As for me, I'll never finish this chicharrón and chanca, an assortment of grilled meats. This is a real authentic weekend lunch for Bolivians. And my cousin is feeling great. As we leave the restaurant, night falls on La Paz. On my way to the zoo this morning, where I'm going to meet the veterinarian, my cousin and I take a stroll in Moon Valley, a range of small canyons with stone peaks that some people call chimneys of fire. Bolivia's climate changes depending on where you are in the country and what season it is. A dry climate in the mountains and across the high plateaus, and hot and humid in the jungle. Bolivia is in Central South America. The countries that border it are Peru, Chile, Argentina, Paraguay, and Brazil. There in the middle is my country, Bolivia. We are producers of beef and sheep, vegetables, wood, and metals from our mines. My country is one of the largest tin producers in the world, and we have large supplies of petroleum and natural gas. We now leave Moon Valley behind us with its chimneys of fire, and it's on to the zoo. Here we are at La Paz's Municipal Zoo. I'm meeting with Marisa, the veterinarian. This is the first time that I've gotten close to llamas, the famous animals from the tall mountains known as the Andes. An elderly lady who works at the zoo shows me that you can hug the vicuñas. They're so tame. They're part of the llama family. They look a lot like llamas, but are more slightly built. Then the lady shows me how to safely approach the llamas. I'm a little hesitant at first, but summon my courage and offer the nice fellow a carrot. We're now passing by a large aviary. It is the home of the condors. These large birds are the national symbol of Bolivia. They live in the cold mountainous regions of the Andes. My country is also home to toucans. These birds with the big, colorful beaks. A little further on, we discover a very strange beast, a tapir. Marisa explains that the tapir's nose is adapted to gather fruit, leaves, and all sorts of plants. It is a protected species since it is in danger of becoming extinct. Well, time for us to go. This is Andes Street, the place to find shops that sell traditional Bolivian outfits. This is where I must buy the scarf that I will offer to Pachamama, goddess of the earth. At the end of the school year, Bolivian children fill this avenue to rent colorful costumes for their school party. Kids even try on their costumes right in the middle of the street. I need to find a scarf for Pachamama to bring with me when I visit her on the shores of Lake Titicaca. The salesperson shows me a nice one. I'll take it. I pay with bolivianos, our national currency. My cousin has gone home, and I am standing on the shores of Lake Titicaca. I'm meeting up with my brother who is on Sun Island. The story goes that the island is the birthplace of the Inca civilization, and at the foot of the island, below the waters, lies a lost city. The day dawns on Isla del Sol. I'm with my brother Arturo. We're still pretty tired, but we are determined to see the sunrise. We have a long day ahead of us. We have to make our way to the other side of the island to visit the most religious city in the country, Copacabana. Even though 95% of Bolivians are Catholic, the ancient beliefs of the native people are still an important part of our culture. We get back on the boat and sail across Lake Titicaca, which at an altitude of 3,810 meters is the highest navigable lake in the world. Part of the lake belongs to Peru, and the other part to Bolivia. Copacabana is easy to recognize with its outcropping that extends into the lake. This is a town where you can get anything blessed, even cars. Priests burn incense and bless the buses, trucks, and cars to protect them from accidents. When we get to Copacabana, we light a candle and make a wish. We then make the sign of the cross and pray that the Blessed Virgin of Copacabana will watch over us. After leaving the grotto, Arturo tells me that it's time to go choose the objects that symbolize our deepest wishes, which we will then have blessed. We head over to a kiosk run by a Cholita, a native Bolivian. She will bless the miniature objects. Looking over the display, I decide on a car.
Bien, bonito.
Arturo hands me a suitcase. I have always wanted to travel.
¿No?
My brother, who is getting married soon, wants a nice little house. He shows me an idea of his dream home.
¿Sabes?
We give the items to the Cholita, who blesses them. She sprinkles some confetti, some holy water, and prays that Pachamama will grant my brother's wish. She does the same for me, praying that I will have money to travel and that good luck will follow me on my journeys.
Gracias, señora.
Muchas gracias.
She gives me back the keys and wishes me luck as we leave. Arturo and I climb above Copacabana's crucifix and pass the 14 stations of the cross. We are in the Christian section of the sanctuary, but it is on the other side, facing Lake Titicaca, that we must place the items we had blessed earlier. We put down the suitcase, the house, and the car. We decorate them with streamers. Then we sprinkle on some holy water and confetti. And to finish the ceremony, I offer this scarf to Pachamama, who I hope will watch over me for as long as I live.